If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. Breaking news out of the Bay Area and across the NBA: something strange is brewing inside the Golden State Warriors front office. Just when we thought Jonathan Kuminga's situation was becoming clear, a sudden and confusing update has sent the entire fanbase into a frenzy. And if that wasn't wild enough, a new report links veteran big man Al Horford to the Warriors in a move that could completely shock the Western Conference. This is not your typical offseason. This is chaos, confusion, and potentially genius strategy at work. Let's dive into what's going on, because the story around Kuminga has taken a twist no one expected. Earlier this offseason, everything pointed to the Warriors preparing to lock down Kuminga as part of their long-term core. He's been their rising star, their high-flying athletic freak, the young gun who was supposed to carry the torch into the post-Steph Curry era. At just 21 years old, Kuminga was coming off his best season yet, averaging 16.1 points, 4.8 rebounds, and making huge leaps on both ends of the floor. Fans saw it. Analysts saw it. Even rival GMs were whispering that Kuminga might just be the best asset Golden State had not named Stephen Curry. And just when it seemed the Warriors were finally committing to him full-time, news broke this week that completely flipped the narrative. According to multiple reputable insiders, Golden State has not yet finalized a long-term extension for Jonathan Kuminga, and worse, there are growing internal disagreements over whether he should be kept, traded, or used as part of a bigger star package. Let that sink in. The player that was supposed to be the face of the future is now caught in a swirl of uncertainty. Sources inside the organization suggest that while coach Steve Kerr remains a fan of Kuminga's athleticism and upside, some within the front office believe he's not quite the fit for the Warriors' current motion offense and are concerned about his shooting consistency and decision-making in tight playoff games. It's a classic Warriors conundrum: do they keep building for the future, or do they go all in while Steph is still elite? That confusion has led to talks. Not concrete trades, but open dialogue around the league. Several teams, including the Orlando Magic, Indiana Pacers, and even the New Orleans Pelicans, have reportedly inquired about Kuminga's availability. The Magic, in particular, are said to be offering a combination of picks and veteran talent, possibly centered around Wendell Carter Jr. or Gary Harris. But the Warriors haven't made a move. Instead, they've sent mixed signals, publicly praising Kuminga, while privately exploring options. And here's where it gets even stranger. A newer report from NBA insider Anthony Slater of The Athletic suggests that the Warriors are also weighing the idea of packaging Kuminga in a deal for a veteran star, possibly as part of a 3-team deal. One name floating around? Pascal Siakam. Another? A surprise candidate, Al Horford. Now let's pause there, because Al Horford is a name that wasn't on anyone's radar when it comes to the Warriors. But this new twist could be a lot more important than people realize. Horford, now 38, is still one of the smartest defensive players in the league. He can stretch the floor, guard multiple positions, and most importantly, he knows how to play championship-level basketball. The Boston Celtics are rumored to be considering a frontcourt reshuffle, and Golden State sees Horford as the type of veteran who could anchor a second unit, provide leadership, and possibly start in small ball lineups alongside Draymond Green or Looney. Imagine a frontcourt rotation of Al Horford, Draymond Green, and Kevin Looney, with Tracy Jackson-Davis continuing to develop. That's a gritty, intelligent, playoff-tested core. And for a Warriors team that got pushed around physically last postseason, Horford brings exactly what they need: toughness, spacing, and postseason savvy. But here's the catch: Boston would want something in return, and they're not just giving away Horford for nothing. That's where Kuminga's name suddenly comes back into the mix. Some sources speculate a potential 3-way deal could be in the works involving Boston, Golden State, and a third team like Charlotte or Toronto, where contracts and picks are shuffled and Golden State ends up with Horford and another role player, while moving Kuminga elsewhere for cap and fit purposes. It's not a done deal. Far from it. But this is a chess game. And let's not ignore the fact that Horford, despite his age, played heavy minutes for the Celtics in the finals. He knows how to lead. He knows how to defend without fouling. And unlike many aging bigs, he still hits the three ball at a high clip, something the Warriors' system desperately depends on. But what does this mean for the Warriors' identity? Because if you're moving Kuminga, your most athletic young talent, for an aging vet like Horford, even in a win-now move, you risk upsetting the balance. Fans are already nervous. Social media is buzzing. Is this another Jordan Poole situation all over again? Are the Warriors chasing short-term fixes at the cost of long-term potential? It's a valid question. And yet, it all circles back to one man, Stephen Curry. The franchise is still built around him. And while Steph is still elite, the Warriors must give him every chance to compete for another ring. That means veterans. That means guys who can space the floor, defend, and make smart decisions. Horford checks those boxes. Kuminga, for all his upside, still makes young player mistakes in high-stakes situations. So what happens next? Expect movement soon. Whether it's a trade, an extension, or a full-blown shocker, the Warriors are not going to let this uncertainty linger for much longer. Training camp is approaching. The front office knows they need to give Kerr a clear direction. And fans want answers. If the Warriors commit to Kuminga, it signals a belief in the future and a willingness to let the roster evolve organically. But if they move him, especially for a win-now veteran like Horford, it's a loud message: they are going all in, one more time, for another championship before the window closes. And don't forget, the Western Conference isn't getting any easier. Denver's still elite. Dallas just reloaded. Minnesota is hungry. The Thunder are rising. And the Lakers, love them or hate them, are lurking. The Warriors can't afford to make the wrong move. Not now. So let me ask you, what should they do? Is Jonathan Kuminga worth the wait? Should they extend him and make him the next foundational star after Steph retires? Or should they cash in now and bring in someone like Al Horford, whose playoff experience could be the difference in a Game 7? This is the kind of decision that defines franchises. And as we speak, the Warriors are on the edge of that cliff, ready to make the jump. So Warriors fans, drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the Dubs double down on youth, or go veteran hunting for one last dance with Curry? Smash that like button if you're just as shocked as we are about these rumors. And make sure you subscribe to stay locked in, because things are only going to get crazier from here. From Kuminga's future to Horford's possible arrival, this is Golden State's off-season crucible. And we'll be right here to break every update, every rumor, and every blockbuster the moment it hits. Stay tuned. And as always, let's go Dubs.